Yes, it is. Time flies when we're having fun.
Oh,
Yep, it is,
gotcha.
thanks.
Sales.
I don't need to do that. Good evening, everyone. This is the May 15th meeting of the planning board. We have a fairly full agenda tonight.
18.
What did I say, 15?
15, yeah.
Pardon me. I probably will be corrected more than once tonight. The first issue on the agenda is a public hearing for Mr. Stanhope. He wants to build a garage and a home addition down on Pavot Lane. So I'll open up the public hearing if Mr. Stanhope would come up and explain to everybody what he's doing.
Hello, everyone. So we had the walkthrough last Friday, and I was unaware, I apologize, I was unaware that you guys needed prints for the buildings and the layout of the buildings, other than, you know, just the X, Y, and Z. So I did work through that this weekend, and I've presented that to all of you. Now, I'm sorry you haven't had more time to
rehab it.
From my understanding, in talking with the DEP, I'm just trying to do what they say is allowed. Because some of it's ambiguous. You know, they're
Some of it is what?
ambiguous.
Yes, okay.
So I went right to the DEP to, you know, like your zoning ordinance matches what the state's is. And so I just went to them to find out exactly. So that's what I've been operating under.
And you didn't accept what the zoning ordinance said, or you?
No, it was vague. So to me, it was vague. So as I read it, and I also read the state's, and the state has a handbook they put out with it. If we're adding on to the drive side of our camp away from the lake, we're adding beyond the 75 feet. So that side's 80 feet from the high water mark. So then you fall, instead of falling under the 75-foot rule, you fall under the 100-foot rule. And that's what I needed to get determination on. That's how I read it. So I just wanted to understand.
Okay.
And the email, the 6 or 7 pages in email explains that whole conversation with them.
Do we have that?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
This is attached to the.
Oh, yes, okay, yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, if you could just explain what it is physically you're going to do, so the audience knows, and then I'll open it to questions if people have any questions for you.
So we want to retire up here because we can't afford property taxes in both towns. So our camp is only 24 by 24. Doesn't even have full height bedrooms. It's just, you know, it's kind of like an old logging cabin, basically. So we're trying to expand onto that so that we have enough living space that's livable for us and people to visit us. So my understanding in talking with the DEP is we could come out 25 feet, 8 inches off of the 100-foot rule and the square footage. And we could also go 25 feet off of grade. So that's what I designed. And it allows us to design enough bedrooms in there for our kids to come visit us at Thanksgiving or Christmas, which was kind of our intent because we're gonna be, you know, like an hour away from our kids. So we didn't want to retire and be, you know, totally away from them.
So you're having a bedroom downstairs and 3 bedrooms up, is that it?
Yeah. Currently, it only has 2 bedrooms, but they're not even really bedrooms. The walls don't even go to the ceiling.
Unfortunately, I was unable to come to the sidewalk that day. And I apologize for that, but
Yeah, but you were lucky, it was raining pretty heavily.
I'm sure they thought that's why I didn't come, but it's not the case.
No, they said you had other things to do, so. No, I appreciate all you guys' time.
So what I'm going to do now is open it up to the public. If anyone has questions for you, they can. Somebody needs to turn on their cell phone. So the way this runs is they come to the podium and ask the question. stating their name and address, and then, well, some of us will answer the questions, either you or
Okay.
us, okay? So does anyone in the audience have any questions? I don't see any hands. It's a pretty quiet public meeting for down on the lake. Okay, if there are no questions, we'll close the public hearing. Lonnie?
Yeah. Big sigh.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, no comment from the audience, please.
We, the public, when we come to a public hearing.
Pardon? When you come to a public hearing, yeah.
Is it typical that there aren't any visuals really of a project for the public to see?
Yeah, frequently, we've had both. It depends upon the, you know, what the applicant has, or what, we don't have that many visuals ourselves, to be very honest with you, that we can display. We don't have a computer that shows a screen or anything like that. So it's up to the people to come into the town hall. The plans are on display at the town, in the town hall, either at Craig's office, or I believe they're on the table out front. And
Yes.
they have the, you know, the opportunity to review them there. Any more questions? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Any questions from the board? I'm sorry that I wasn't
do.
there, so I'm counting on you guys tonight. Yes,
My question is, I'm seeing a proposal
Want to
for,
come back up there?
yes, you can
yeah,
come
yeah,
up.
please. I can ask while you walk. How many bedrooms are in the existing camp?
2.
2. And when you're all done, we're gonna be at 4, is that correct total?
Correct, that's what
Okay.
we'd like to have.
What is the plan for the septic system to support 4 bedrooms?
So right now, the septic system is designed for 3, so we over-designed it. Well, I have to move the cement chambers anyways to expand out. So I just was going to add more chambers to it.
Just add to that, okay.
And we
Yeah.
worked with Harris on that out of,
And one question I asked earlier, before the meeting even started, I should probably disclose that I did ask about the well on site. And can you explain to me your answer for that? I asked where the location of the well was.
so the well, it is in that septic system drawing that's in the past packet. So it's down just past the retaining wall on the edge of the beach. So it's probably like, I don't know, 30 feet from the water, 20 feet from the water. But it's
You're on the
driven like
water,
16 feet.
Yeah,
It is a clean, it's been tested. So it's a gold pump, jet pump, you know, with an expansion tank. It's just different than an artesian well. But I'm not opposed to putting in a well in the future, it's just that's not. And I think we have plenty of space with the length of our lines. And knowing where the other people's septic systems are, I can certainly put one in.
And this is not near your septic system.
Now, the current one is 85 feet from the leach field, but
Okay.
I have all that front room where I could put out a,
so you'd actually be moving that further away.
yeah.
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 There was a front page on the septic system that described what kind of, I mean, this is a drawing of it,
Yeah,
but the front page, you said it was a 3-bedroom or whatever. That page is what I was looking for.
I can make you copy. It was just, didn't make
No,
sense.
thank you, that's good.
To do just a 2-bedroom, one at a time. You know, didn't cost that much more to do 3, so why not?
So you're gonna have your septic system redesigned.
Yeah, I'll use the same guy. He's a pretty decent guy, Harris. He's off of Whitesbridge Road. I've talked to him about it. He said he can just come up and redesign it. And I've talked to the guy that pumps it, and he says he can move it.
You talked, this has gotta be moved back anyway to get the distance 20
Yeah.
feet from the addition.
Yep. Even the tank's only 20 feet from the wall. So if we come out 25 feet, the tank has to move too. I'm not sure about this, I'd have to plot all that, but I'm assuming at least a couple chambers have to move and go to the backside. And then, of course, we'd have to add some more to make the full bedroom. Like I said, the 4 bedrooms aren't gonna be used most of the time, it's just to have room for our kids.
Yeah, but it has to be designed to accommodate them.
Oh, yeah, we'll certainly do that.
Any more questions?
All set.
Anyone else have any questions? Yeah,
Well, I mean, you could, you could still have the 3-bedroom, just because you're adding square footage doesn't mean you actually have a bedroom.
You showed 4 on the plan.
Huh?
There's 4 on the
I did
plan.
draw,
Oh, you drew it on there?
Yeah.
I drew 4 in there this weekend. You remember
One on the
when you
bottom
guys
level.
showed up, I didn't have,
Right.
you had informed me I didn't have plans. I did draw the plans this weekend.
One is on the first floor, 3 on the second floor, according to the plan. Pete, you have any questions? Anyone else?
You were gonna check with the DEP on the
Height,
height, where to measure it from?
Yep.
Remember we had that problem down
We
on
did.
where to measure the addition height?
Oh, that's right.
It's gotta be down from the lowest point.
That's right.
I have a picture of it. Remember, I handed out showing where it had to be measured.
That wasn't more than a couple doors up, that, from where he is.
Yeah. All right, if there are no more questions, what happens next is that we do have a couple of other agenda items, and we'll possibly get to the decision tonight. Hopefully, we try to do it on the night of the public hearing. If not, the decision would come at our next meeting, which will be the first Monday of June. But I'll do the best that we can to get
okay.
the decision here tonight.
So
Do you have any questions for us, or?
No, because, it's a learning experience. I don't know what I do need or don't need, so
Well, you've been very complete, I must say.
kind of going with the flow.
Yes. Okay, there was something you said, don't let me forget this.
Oh, I showed it, but I think you gave it back.
There you go.
Give it back, yes, sir. Okay.
I think you did. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you for coming
You guys
in, and
might
you're
wanna see it
welcome,
again.
you're welcome to stay, but I can't guarantee how quickly we'll get to
But
writing
don't
the
I
final.
have to be here to hear?
No?
You do not. We can just let you know.
What happens is,
Let me know.
yeah, what happens is within 10 days, I have to write a notice of decision that will have all the conditions that we have put on the development and send it to you, and then it's kept in the files here. So
And you can watch it at home if you want. You can watch it on YouTube if you want,
on YouTube at home,
to see what he said, if they do get it to it, so.
okay?
Okay, and you won't have any more questions for me, right?
That's what's the opportunity tonight, was ask those questions.
Okay, all right, I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for all your time.
We've got another 5 minutes, but is Mr. Mailer here? Yes. Okay, good, thank you. Why don't we do the minutes of the meeting on
May 4th.
May 4th? It's gonna take a couple of minutes for me to review this. I hope other people have already done that.
I have. Do you want me to start?
Yes, please.
I'd be glad to. Okay, so
Could I just interrupt you before you start?
you may interrupt me.
I just want to announce that Grace is now a full-time member of the planning board. Victoria had to resign for personal reasons, and Grace was sworn in at 5 minutes of 5 tonight. So
Nothing like the last minute, but
we are looking for an alternate. If anybody out there is interested in being an alternate on the board, that process is to send your application to the Board of Selectmen, to the town manager, and the selectmen appoint whoever fills the, the spots. But right now, we have 5 full members, so it would be an alternate that we're looking for. And for those of you who haven't been on the planning board, it's a great way to learn. So if you're interested, you know what to do.
I think I've
What's
been
it
in
pay?
Pardon?
What's it pay?
Nothing. No,
Don't quit
What
your
a
day
deal.
job.
no, I'm wrong, it pays $20 a meeting, living on the high side. Okay, go ahead, Grace.
Okay, so, pretty much across the board, Mama Deo does not have a U in it.
Mama Deo.
Yes,
M-O-Y.
and there's, it's M-O space M-O space D-A space Y-O. And I looked it up just to
Could
be
you do
sure
that
it wasn't.
again for me?
Just take the Y off the first M-O.
No, you take the U off.
You take the U off.
Yes,
Take the U.
Okay, Momo.
I checked on,
Deo. Momo
checked on
Plus.
maps and stuff and it was not. Cause I
I
thought
thought it
that,
was
I
M-O-Y,
thought that too.
Grace.
Huh?
I thought it was M-O-Y, Moy Modale.
Yeah, it was.
It
I
is.
guess it's more than
It is.
iteration.
Well, then, we
It's not
can,
a
we
U, I
can
can
change the
guarantee
U
it.
to a Y.
I think
Well, are we supposed to?
I think it is a.
it is a Y, because I think I was on the original
definitely not a
setup
U.
when
Yeah,
that
yeah.
took place.
It is,
Yeah. So
yes.
it's M-O-Y.
You know, it's funny, I went to the front office and I thought I wrote down what they told me.
So it's M-O-Y throughout, okay?
Y, U, you know.
Yep.
Okay, and then good down to, the public hearing for preliminary plans for 14 lot subdivision. In that section,
Yeah,
the second paragraph, it was, Ms. Laughlin that was bringing to our attention that our time didn't match with the advertised time, but it was worded wrong here.
Oh, it was?
Okay,
Okay.
so, it says, Ms. Laughlin came forward again and said the advertised time of the public hearing does not match what was advertised. So obviously, it's advertised, so you need to get rid of the first advertised.
okay.
And then after the word, match, you want the word with, does not match with what was advertised. And she hoped that all the members of the public are able to, I don't know if it's learn about this public hearing,
Hopes
but
that all of the members are able
are able instead of,
to learn.
I think that should be to participate in. Instead of learn about, it should be participate in.
Yeah, the issue was,
The
did we
time,
leave enough time for the people to get here? So
correct,
that was the issue.
yes.
Yeah.
But then the last sentence is fine.
Could you read that sentence the way you want it?
I would be glad to.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Laughlin came forward again and said that the time of the public hearing does not match with what was advertised. And she hoped that all of the members of the public are able to participate in this public hearing.
In this public hearing?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'll be glad to give you my scratch here at the end
No,
if
I
you'd
think
like
I
it.
got it.
Okay. Now, the paragraph that says Bethany Brown came to the podium, and I could not hear her question or the response from Aaron Sleeper or Chair Foley.
Which one is that under?
Well, it's on the second page.
Same one, down 2 paragraphs.
It's only one sentence. It's the third paragraph down from the top.
Okay,
So I did not know if it was important for us to fill in
Well,
what was.
if we knew what Bethany Brown said, we should,
Well,
but,
we do.
I didn't hear anything she said.
I remember most of
Yeah, I
it.
do too.
okay.
Okay,
All right.
good. Between us, maybe we can come up with the right thing.
Would you write it out for her? Because we'll
I
never
can.
get through this if we.
But
don't.
will you say it so that we all know if we agree?
Well, this wasn't being
Yeah,
recorded.
her
No,
question,
the Donna called me, and when the
Recording
podium
was
was over there,
Yeah.
it was all cracking up, and she
Right.
couldn't hear a lot of what
Right,
was
they
said.
were trying to
So
fix
they
it.
moved the podium back over here tonight, and hopefully it will be
Right.
clear. So that's why it says I couldn't hear what was going on.
We have a new sound
You can't
system,
expect
so,
much for 15,000, I guess, huh?
no,
All right, so how would you do the Bethany Brown sentence?
okay.
I'll write it later, but the gist of it was, she wanted to know the
He's gonna write it for you.
location of the stream that is actually not even on this property. It's across from lot number 6, but it's a distance off. We're talking probably a few hundred yards off the end of it. She was simply looking for, where is that stream in proximity to this project? And the answer to the question was, it's not even on this project.
Because she wanted to maintain her ability to walk the stream in
wanted
the
to walk,
wild
right,
areas that were there.
Yep.
Okay, so someone will write that out and hand it to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, that stream is all on private property.
And the second
guess it's
sentence can be removed. The one starting with Jake Smith approach.
Jake, you
On
want
somebody's
that out?
Yes, it's immaterial.
Backside of Mountain Chief.
Well.
It's immaterial to the
Anyway.
determination.
At any rate,
I said to remove the Jake Smith sentence. It's immaterial to what's going on. It's just something that happened.
Yeah, I think that should be removed.
Okay, anything else?
On the one after, Bob Gervais asked how fire apparatus will turn around at the end of Ben Blake Road.
Yeah,
It was debated whether there should be a hammerhead or a circle at the end of the road.
Yeah.
It hasn't been settled yet, but he's open to discussions.
He hasn't done his final print yet anyway.
No.
A hammerhead or a what?
A circle at the end of the road, you know? You get to the end of the dead end, you got the circle.
cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
Thank you, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Most people go in turnarounds, cul-de-sacs are hard to tell.
Yes, that's what was
Yes.
also discussed, that we might be better with a hammerhead versus having to plow a cul-de-sac.
I believe the code was written for, it tells what size the cul-de-sac has to be to accommodate a fire truck.
It is in the,
It is?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
most people would go with a hammerhead.
Well, that was the discussion, was what it was gonna be, but anyway, so he has some time to and then there's a couple more Moying Madeos, to be fixed, but then
I'll
I didn't
fix 'em.
find anything else after that.
Oh, good. Anything else? I have a comment on page 2, on the public hearing to build a triplex.
Yeah,
Once again, you know about changing the more to MOY. Mr. Frizell, this is the next to the last sentence in the first paragraph.
Yeah.
Begins with Mr. Frizell said, that is the design presented by Justin Gardner. I
Yes.
thought he said Mr. Marquis was his designer.
Nope,
No, I think Marquis is the guy that's drilling the well.
Marquis is a well driller, yeah.
Oh, he's the driller, so it
Yeah.
was Mr. Gardner, Justin Gardner,
Gardner,
okay.
so his design.
My mistake, okay, thank you.
oh, there was one other thing. Where'd it go? Oh, back on page 1, Ken Gardner is spelled wrong there. Justin Gardner is spelled correctly. Because,
what paragraph are you in?
so the one we did all the corrections in, this one starts with Chair Foley brought up the subject of cistern versus fire
This is
pond.
on page 1?
One, well, on my list anyway.
No, it's on page 2.
Oh, it's on page 2.
Second paragraph.
See, I printed this on my
Yeah,
printer,
I
so it
wrote
doesn't
it. I wrote
agree
the
with
same
yours.
Okay, I have not found it yet.
It's a second paragraph
Page
down
2,
on page 2.
second paragraph.
Okay,
Okay, and then in the middle of it, Ken Gardner
There's no
does
I.
not have an I in his
to
name.
any,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You spelled it right for his son, but not for him.
Oh, that's his son?
Yes. That was it.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of May 4th as amended? Bob moved. Is
I'll
there a
second.
Ray seconded. All in favor? Okay.
Bob and
Grace. Okay, now we're a little bit after Mr. Mailer.
we
Mr.
are.
Mailer, if you'd like to come up to the podium, please, and explain to us what you're doing. This is not a conditional use permit or anything. This is for us to understand what's going on and whatever.
Absolutely, it's my
It
first.
is a conditional use permit, yeah.
He did.
Oh, you-
Yeah,
When did,
Yep,
We
I
got this
passed it
last
out
week.
last 2 weeks
yeah, we
ago.
got it 2
I
weeks
also-
ago.
I have, the state issued my certification.
Oh, that was a question I had, so that's great.
I just looking at my ID picture, it's a terrible picture. It's at the mug shop.
They always do that.
oh, thank you very much. I do have it, I'm sorry. I do have it.
thanks.
So basically, if you can explain to us what you're doing, and then after conditional use permit, we hold a public hearing.
Yep.
And then, which would be on June, whatever the first Monday in June is, and it will start at 7 o'clock. And then we'll vote on
June 1st.
June 1st.
Alrighty, well, I'm Emmett Naylor, I live at 75 Christian Hill Road. I'm a medical caregiver in the cannabis industry. I've worked in the industry basically since its origins. I've managed all different scales and sizes. My background comes from small business and local agriculture. And in addition to falling into this career path, I really have an appreciation for control, as well as creating a quality product. I'm currently dealing with my mother-in-law with stage 4, and seeing the medical benefits firsthand and multiple different, including for myself as a patient. And so basically I'm just focused on, I mean, my primary reason is to be able to work from home. My wife is here, we have a baby due in August, we have a 5-year-old at home. And this allows me to work from home and participate in their lives actively. And,
Okay, all right, we can't hear what the gentleman is saying. Are there any questions from the board? Before we make a motion to accept the application.
Make a motion to accept the application.
Darrell made a motion to accept the application. Is it Bob seconded? All in favor? Okay, so the next step, pretty simple, usually is. The next step is just to do the public hearing. And does anyone want to do a site walk down where it is? We probably should. Yeah. So sometime in the next 2 weeks, we need to set up a site walk.
I believe that my contact information is on there, unless you guys
Well, we
decide.
usually
We usually
decide
set it
tonight.
right now, if that's okay.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Preferences, this coming weekend is Memorial Day weekend, so I don't think that's a good weekend to have a site walk myself.
Well, I can't do this Friday, and we often do
You know,
Fridays.
Friday's a pretty bad day for me too.
Is there any reason why we can't do it next Friday?
A week from Friday?
29th.
Shut off for a second.
Yeah, Friday's a
Thursday?
Thursday? Yeah.
Thursday, okay. Thursday, the 28th,
28th at 2 o'clock.
6th,
Does that work for you?
Is there a time of day? Sunday at like
2.
2? Yeah, that should work fine.
Okay,
How long do those typically?
oh,
It'll be
half
fine.
hour.
Yeah, that'll be fine. I just saw on the calendar, I have a friend of ours, kid's birthday, but I can,
are you sure, will that work for you?
that'll work fine.
So did you get that?
5:20.
I've got
Thursday.
Thursday, the 28th at 2 p.m.
Totally fine.
Okay, all righty, we'll see you then, and then the following Monday, which will be the, whatever.
June
the
1st.
June 1st.
First, we will, vote on it,
Awesome.
okay?
All right, thank you guys for your time.
That down is 6:28, so we can make it. May 28. Okay, all right, now we are on to Limington Estates, Mr. Thorne and Mr. Parker. Cody, am I saying your name right? Parker?
Yep.
Okay, thanks. For the final subdivision plan for Limington Estates. And we also need to set up a site walk for that. We haven't done one yet there.
Good evening, James Lowry with BH2M, here on behalf of Nick Thorne, Terry Parker. Sorry I was not able to attend the last meeting with you guys. Here that things went okay, and what I wanted to provide you guys with tonight is an update. We have received the two assessments from the geologist. One is a nitrate assessment that looks at what the potential impact of the effluent from the septic fields would be, which he concluded that the plumes at a level that's half of the state drinking water limit stays within the property. In the back of the report, the plumes where that's that 5 milligram per liter concentration, really don't get into the wetland, and the wetlands do a lot of treatment or denitrification, plant uptake to consume the nitrogen from the septic fields. The second study he did was a groundwater availability assessment, which his conclusion was that the rate of groundwater recharge back down into the aquifer would be quite a bit more than the rate of uptake from the 22 bedroom units of the condominium. I think it was somewhere along the order of about 6,000 gallons per day of natural recharge into the aquifer and about 3,600 gallons per day of withdrawal. So it's it's quite a bit more of
Has there been a determination on the number of wells? I understand that you have.
Yes, that was gonna be my third big
Okay,
point of
thanks.
topic, in that through, his report indicates that, shared wells would be, feasible. However, in talking with Nick and Cody, they've gone ahead and just decided to do a single well per unit. So they wouldn't have to get into any of the, the special considerations for shared wells. So the latest plan, what we have are the individual wells throughout the site meeting the required setbacks from the septic systems and all. So that's what we have there. So that is, that's what I have. Hopefully,
Okay.
that satisfies your questions on those issues. And like you said, we can move forward with a site walk and keep this process.
Absolutely, we
along.
can set up a site walk now, and then we would have a public hearing on June 1st. And I just said, what I say would be at 7 o'clock. Oh, Mr. Naylor is at 7, so how about, how long that will take? Probably that public hearing with Mr. Naylor won't take that long, I wouldn't think.
20 minutes, we should be.
How about 7:20? And
We'll be here at 7, so.
So whenever we're ready.
okay, yes, Grace. The public hearing will be at our June 1st meeting
Yep.
at 7:20. And the site walk, we have yet to
Right.
determine. And
Would you be ready on the 28th, earlier in the day? Was you gonna put?
For this,
You're gonna
yeah,
put some
we can
stakes
go,
out?
yeah, this will be easy to stake the center line and
Okay.
maybe some of the building. A lot of times what we would do is, maybe just do the stakes
for the road,
for the road and then somehow or another be able to,
exactly,
Flag
tell it
some-
where the units are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
That is important.
Are we looking at one?
That one's probably gonna take at least an hour over there. So 1 to 2, 1.
1 o'clock on the 28th for the site walk at Limington Estates.
Say that again.
1 o'clock on May 28th, Thursday, the same day as Mr. Mailer's.
Yeah.
This will be at 1, and then we'll move down the road to Mr. Mailer.
At 1 o'clock.
Sort of like, yeah,
Are you guys good if we just did the
is 1 o'clock okay?
front corners?
Now,
These guys are.
what's the one on the,
On Christian Hill Road is at 2 o'clock.
He wants to know what you want staked out on his plan. What do you wanna see?
Well, we need to know where the roads are going to go and
Yep.
where the units are going to be.
Would you need all 4 corners of every building,
I
or?
don't know that we need that, do we?
That's what,
Just the back line.
Yeah,
I think in the back line,
You think-
front line, yeah,
yeah,
right
The
there.
back line and the front line,
front
how,
line
so
and
we
the
can see
road.
how close it is to the road.
yeah.
I think would be
Okay.
all right.
Yeah.
In the center of
So
the road.
that's gonna be all in the field anyway, there's no cutting of any,
right.
so it's pretty, I mean, actually, it's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah, but I think from a public,
But you're gonna mow them ticks out of there so we can walk that one out. Nick, what? You're gonna mow the ticks out of there when we
Yes, sir.
mow the center line of that road so we can walk down it?
Be all set. I'll carry you through there if I got to.
Okay.
Was that date
Get
May
this thing
28th?
approved.
Yes, it is.
It's
At 1
Thursday.
o'clock.
At 1 o'clock. Bob, you had a question?
I do, I got one question. I'm looking at your bedrock water well assessment
Yep,
and potential. And it says that the water source is primarily precipitation.
right.
And that about at least 50% of all precipitation enters as sand as recharge. My question is, what happens when we put 20 units in a road in there?
Yeah, some of that, I mean, it's still, this isn't going directly into a stormwater conveyance. Certainly some of the road will, but the houses are gonna come off and get on, have runoff off of the roof line into the ground to be able to seep in.
So you don't see any appreciable decrease from that 50%?
Right. I mean,
You're gonna
you may
capture
get-
most of that off the roofs?
Right, I mean, and there's also another layer to his calculation, which is a little measure of conservatism, I think is, then of that 50%, only a certain fraction of that even gets down into the bedrock. So it's sort of, it's an estimate, but then it's got another value that they contend that's even smaller than that, plays into what goes, infiltrates into the ground and then furthermore into the bedrock.
Thank you.
But I have a question, that well that's up there, I mean, that's part of the subdivision, right? The well that's already there,
Part of the subdivision?
or part of.
They're gonna use that well for
Yes.
one of the wells.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, that well is very shallow with a lot of water, but yet the average depth of the well up there is gonna be 360 feet?
Well, that's the depth of the existing wells that are,
Oh, I did around it. Okay.
right. That table you're looking at are the wells that are within, I think, a half mile of the site, is what I read.
So you couldn't use that well up there as an average? I mean, that well up there is like 30 feet deep and it's 15 gallons a minute.
We are planning on reusing that well.
But wouldn't that be more of an average of what the water is there?
Well, doesn't that depend upon the soil condition, whether that,
Right.
that's
I
a
mean,
ledge. It's a
Plays
ledge.
into a lot. I mean, he's assuming that these are gonna be bedrock drilled wells.
Yeah.
So if they can find they've got ample yield and capacity without going that deep, I'm sure they will.
It does say in the study that the bedrock is like 20 to 30 feet
Yeah.
below the surface,
Yeah.
so once you hit that,
Right.
you're drilling
Down
for
into the-
capacity after that.
Right.
There's plenty of water there. Should be.
any more questions?
Say, I purchase lot number 16. Which is between 16 and 15. And when the septic system fails, what kind of, how are you gonna regenerate that septic system?
Well, they can regenerate it in place. It's only shared with 2 units. So
Regenerate it, you're gonna
you,
take everything out?
right. Yep, reconstruct the whole system. That's reconstructing it in place isn't allowed, measure to deal with a failed septic system.
Are you
You can take that
Using
exact
chambers?
septic system out and replace it though, in the same place, yeah.
Right. So the way this is set up is that each of these septic fields will treat two of the 2-bedroom units. So I'd have to go back and look specifically on whether an assessment would be done for only the 2 units that discharge to it, or if it would be a full common assessment that would be taken out of the condo association fees to reconstruct it.
So how long do you estimate these new fields to last?
Well, they're getting a loading that's equivalent to a 4-bedroom house. So if you take care of things, you don't dump septics, you don't dump waste down into the septic systems that aren't appropriate, you have them pumped out every few years, 2-3 years, then I think they're gonna last, I'm in a house that we've tried to take care of the septic system on, and it's 25+ years old and no signs of any issues, so.
Okay. Any other questions?
My septic system's 45 years old.
Mine's 30, and it's fine.
I mean, and that's the important thing to remember with this, is that these are 2-bedroom units. It's not, you don't have 2, 4-bedroom units going to a single one. You've got the equivalent of a 4-bedroom unit of discharge or use.
Yeah.
Okay, seeing no more questions, we will see you on the 28th at 1 o'clock for the site walk. And we will have the public hearing at 7:20. It could be a little shift, it might be 7:30 if the other public hearing goes a little bit longer.
No, we'll be here. Okay,
Thank you very much for coming in.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
You guys,
I need a separate bag just for his stuff. These are the bags just for his stuff.
She gave us an extension.
So you can call me in the meantime?
Onto the horses.
That went faster.
Same.
And Donna, you advertised those obviously, both public hearings and sidewalks.
I will. We need to understand that I can't get an advertisement in until
Monday's a holiday.
Monday's a holiday.
Well, are they making accommodations? Usually they want to be Friday
I'm
before.
looking at the wrong, just a minute.
It's
let me see.
May.
Okay, the 28th. I'll have to
Get
get,
July right now, aren't you, or is that May?
I'm going,
Is that May?
Correct. It'll be
we're
fine.
talking June 1st, or we not?
I
Yes.
can't read. what-
That's May.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it said July, I'm sorry.
Oh,
So you, instead of getting in on a Monday, you get it in on Friday.
oh, I'm probably gonna do it later this week or real early.
Well, that would have to be.
Yeah.
With the holiday,
Yeah.
because the holiday is this weekend.
Yeah, but if I get it in like the 21st,
Yeah,
Okay.
that is gonna be closed to advertise the site walks.
that's okay, that's the best we can do with the
Yeah,
holiday, that's what
okay.
we do.
And they're gonna be on June 1st.
Yes,
Yes, at 7:20
the public hearing.
for the public hearing on, well,
Haven't we got 2 public hearings before that?
we've got one before that for Mr. Mailer.
June, at what
First,
time?
at 7 o'clock is Mr. Mailer's
Okay.
for the marijuana. Okay, that takes care of our agenda items. Is Helen Lescott here? Are you Helen? Hi, Helen. Would you come up to the podium, please? I received a call from one of the select board members, Mr. Webster, and you evidently have a food truck down at what we call the Historical Society, the Historical Society site. And we need to know more about.
It's not in front of the Historical Society. It's down by the pole lines, with that little area where you can park.
Right, but we need to know how many days, your hours of operation. Usually a food truck is twice a month or every Saturday or every other Thursday or something like that. It's my understanding you're planning to do it every day?
Hopefully.
And the hours will be?
Like 6 to 2.
6 in the morning?
6 in the morning,
So breakfast, lunch.
breakfast and lunch.
And then are you doing dinner?
It depends. I
Well,
want to
this
see.
sounds to me more like a restaurant, to be very honest with you. That's why I suggested to Jason that you come in. I mean, most food trucks are, like I said, a couple of times a month or every other Saturday or whatever. They're not run like a restaurant on a regular basis. And I wanted to have the rest of the board hear what your plans were to see whether you needed to come and go through the conditional use process.
Which is?
Conditional use permit is what we just, the gentleman, well, it's an application you have to fill out. It costs $390 total, I believe, between the application fee and the publication.
$440.
What?
$440.
I'm sorry, it's $440 for that particular fee. And then you come in, you explain what you're doing. We opened it, I don't know how long you've been here, but we had a public hearing before, and people, all the abutters, you have to submit all the abutters with it. They get notified, it gets advertised in the shopping guide. And so anyone in the public who wants to come in and ask questions or have concerns may, and then we usually vote on conditional use permits the same night after the public hearing. And we usually do a site walk, like we just said we were gonna do for this subdivision and for the marijuana place, and just to see where you're located, where your parking's going to be. This is just a field, I believe, is it?
Yes.
And who are you renting it from?
Vernon and Nadine Blake.
Okay, all right. And that's where the fireworks are usually held.
You're talking on like the trailer park side of the CMP substation, right?
Across from the CMP substation.
On the opposite side of the
On
road.
the opposite side.
On the
On the
opposite
pond
side.
side.
On the pond side.
Oh, you're on the pond
Okay.
side.
Right across from where the substation is.
Yes, right
Where
across.
is
And the
there
pole line.
space to do that on the pond
Well,
side?
they mow it, there's a little
Yeah,
grassy area
there's-
right there.
Parking area
Yeah.
there and.
Like a
Well, it's
four-wheeler
still,
trailer
if
that
it's,
goes
if
in.
it's a daily breakfast to lunch and then the possibility of dinner, this is more than just your average food truck, twice a month or twice, or whatever it might be. And I think that we need to treat it as a conditional use permit myself. But I said for her to come in and speak, see what everybody else thought.
How many parking places you able to get there? That's not that big area.
Well, across the street where the pole line is, they can
problem.
park there.
That's a problem. That's truly a problem, I believe.
They have to walk across the road to get there.
Well, you know, it's,
Why can't you do it down on the historical side? They own that.
I can do it down there. I just gotta go get another permission note for a different area from them.
That way you'd have a lot more parking.
yeah, you need on-site parking if you're going to do any kind of a restaurant.
You have a lot more parking there.
So would I have to go through all this if I
Yes.
went on the other side too?
Yes, yes, because you're doing this as an everyday business.
I'm doing it as retirement.
I understand, I do understand that, but you're running like a restaurant every day of the week. And you're running it from 6 in the morning till at least 2 in the afternoon. That's a 2
It
meal.
only has a grill. There's no fryer later.
And then you're saying you're possibly going to do it in the evening. It's not that we don't.
I don't have to do it in the evening.
Well, even if you don't, it's still the breakfast and lunch menus. And people who even do the every other week one have to get a permit from the selectmen. But yours is more extensive hours and much more extensive serving than what I guess the others would be. My concern is that you're running it like a restaurant, in my opinion. There are 4 other people here that can easily disagree with me
Well, it's a food trailer.
and decide whether or not they feel you need to do the
You'll be
conditional.
moving that every day, it won't set
It's
you.
going, I live a half a mile down the road.
But you leave it, the food,
It's not staying there. It's going with me home. I go back and forth.
what do you think, guys? I mean, I just,
I think, is this gonna be 5 days a week or 7, or you don't
Well, I
know?
have another job too that I'm doing, so.
When you retire?
Never slow down, no.
Well,
Never slow down.
Social Security doesn't cut it.
Yeah, we know.
I guess where I come from, if you're going to have, it's akin to a takeout restaurant.
yeah. Will you have tables outside for people to sit at?
No,
Yeah,
it's fast food.
pick up and go.
Get
So
pick
it's
up
a
and go.
takeout.
Yeah, it would be the same, so we gotta deal with the parking, the egress and
Well, there's got an egress in there, there's an egress.
There's a
in there.
road in there.
Road in there.
you know, where are the people gonna park, what kind of an issue we're gonna have in the street, we're gonna, you know, we've seen it before where, you know, best laid plans, what happens is all of a sudden, everybody thinks you're the best thing that ever happened, and we got 400 cars lined up and down the road. That's an issue. So yeah, I think it probably does have to be,
A conditional use permit.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. What do you think?
What do you
Well,
think?
she's not having, I mean, well, I think you need a permit, I'm just wondering if we're blowing this thing way out of, I mean, there's what, 8 trailers down there on 117 that are in there, what?
But once,
Twice a month for like.
Yeah.
twice a month,
Twice a month, and there's off-street parking now.
yeah.
Well, I think she has to prove how much parking she's got there and everything, all
I
of
think
that.
the issue is that it's basically a permanent installation. It's there daily for 8 hours a day, every day. And I think that's a lot
Gonna
different.
be there every day for 8 hours?
6 to 2,
So that's the
6 to 2.
desire. Yeah.
This is
5
something,
days a week.
this is, this is a trial thing, it may end up only being there the best days, I mean, I'm.
Right, exactly.
But, well, she's gotta prove where the parking is, and she can handle the traffic, I guess, I mean, that's,
We'll let you move down to the other spot.
Well, then,
I
what
don't see why not.
was that? I'm sorry, I didn't,
Would Vern let her move down to the other side? You know, cause she's on
The
one
other
end
side
and now
would
she
be a
moves
lot
to the
better
other
for
end where
parking.
that road
that's
goes, the
up
dirt
to
road
them
goes
to
in
decide.
and, I mean, I guess, cause she obviously let her do it across the street, but.
Yeah.
You know, we'll,
That's up to them, she has to
right,
figure.
but I mean, if they're not gonna let her do it there, then,
I don't
let
know.
the fire department use it for, in the 4th of July.
yeah, well, that's one day for.
One day out of the year. Yeah, I think, am I getting the gist of the board that we need to do a conditional use permit process?
Well, I think she needs to prove that she's got parking and stuff down there, and where it's gonna be, and
In my opinion.
Can I say something else? What if she was to like move around town, not just that one location?
So has she got permission
Would that
from
be
land?
different than,
If she
I
has,
think it would. I think it would be different.
yeah,
Is that an
and as long as she
option?
got
You'd have to
permission
evaluate
from
each-
landowners.
Each
Yeah, I'd
spot.
have to go
well, it's up to
around.
you, you can spend the 440, come here and go through this, or,
I've spent so much already, just trying to deal with the state and.
but no matter where you go, you're gonna have to prove you got the parking.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't pull the trailer up beside the road and,
Have you signed an agreement with the Blakes and
Yeah, it's all lawyer official.
well, that doesn't mean there's parking, just because it's,
it just means that, you have like a rental agreement, is that it with them, or renting the space? I don't know.
No, I'm not even renting, they're just letting me sit there as long as I keep it up
Keep
and,
it clean and.
Yeah.
if they go over there on the 4th, I can't remember how many cars you can get in there, but it's pretty tight over there.
that's,
there's probably a few
I
hundred.
can't sit there during the 4th of July, cause that's where they sit and park.
How many car, I don't remember how many cars you can get in there.
Oh,
Well,
there's
she's not
100 and something on
gonna
the-
probably
in the
fill up
field.
the parking
Or in
lot.
the field, I'm not talking the field, I'm talking over by the pond.
Well, anywhere we're talking about, right? You're not talking about.
I know where he's talking about, where I wanna sit. Is
She
if
wants-
I have a trailer in there and move my car across the street,
So how many
probably,
people do you think can park there? I don't remember, I've been
Probably
over there on
6.
4th of July, there is,
probably
Bill
6.
usually just invites a few people over there, but.
I don't think they even let you park on that side at all, because of the fireworks. I think
Well,
everybody parks on the
yeah, but
opposite side.
that's immaterial, the fireworks are immaterial.
Well, I'm saying, he's asking how many cars parked there during the fireworks, and I don't think.
No, they don't park there. His friends do. I've been there. Bill's friends park there, but I was trying to think of how many cars have parked there before. I don't think there's room for much more than half a dozen cars there, especially when you bring in your trailer and,
Yeah,
so I think down the other way would be great for you if Bill would go along with it. I don't know why he wouldn't, but.
no, we talked about that area too.
I mean, I think it would be something you try anyway. I mean, the hours might not work that good anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go.
I mean, maybe she won't need more than 6 parking spaces.
But maybe, I
'Cause
mean,
maybe
people,
they'll
if
just
you're not
kinda
gonna have
come and
tables
go.
and stuff
Who
where
knows?
people
It's gonna
sit
be
down.
during the week when people are
Yeah, we just have.
stopping
She has
in,
sufficient.
lunchtime, grab a coffee and a sandwich on their way to work.
Aroma Joe's in Standish, like how that causes all kinds of traffic issues, but I don't think it'll
Grandfather,
be.
that's why that's still there.
Uh-huh.
All right, you other 4 haven't answered my question on, do you believe she needs to come for a conditional use permit process to establish, 5 days a week and with the concerns that I've heard expressed? Tell me. It's not my decision, it's everybody's decision.
I do, because we really got a lot to address there.
It's probably for the best to get it done right.
Yeah.
Because if she just gets a permit from the select board,
And then there's problems.
Did we make, Jetty get the
No.
conditional use?
It's a different situation, Craig.
Right,
She's
she
doing
had been-
5 days a week. Jetty has got her
Twice a
off-street
month.
parking.
That's
She's
twice a
got-
month, she's
that's
Well, we
going-
made her not park on the road over
we
there.
did do that, we
2 hour
did
thing.
address
She
the
didn't have
parking
to-
issue.
The food trucks that do this once or twice a month, they're like over in Standish or Cornish or whatever, they're not being run on a 5-day-a-week basis. And this is different.
There is a food truck that's up there 7 days a week.
Yeah,
Where?
Jetty's, well, that's hers.
No, it's in Cornish, it's not in here, but
No, well, I don't
She's
know.
got
what-
an advertisement in the paper right now. She's gonna have what, six?
Well,
Yeah.
that's not, we just need to deal right now here. What are we gonna do?
Well, I mean, if I was doing this, I think I'd try it to see how it's gonna work out for like 2 days a week, and then before you go through all of this, I don't know whether that's possible for you to do that or not.
That'd be all right.
If it didn't work out, then
Yeah.
you wouldn't have all this.
and move to a different area.
Yeah, I think you need to have.
Move down where you got some
parking.
parking, yeah.
Well,
Give
I
you-
I think
give
the risk is that it turns out that area is not that great for you. So you spent $440 on
And
blood, sweat,
nobody
and
may
tears to
stop
do
by,
that.
yeah. You might wanna be
And
someplace
you find out
else.
that that's really not the best place. Maybe it's somewhere else, I don't know. It's up to you, but I mean, you can probably get a permit for 2 days a week or,
I think the selectman would probably grant
Yeah.
that.
and try it
To
out.
try it out,
To
And
try it.
then,
Feel for it.
and then if it's a rousing success,
right?
come
Then come
back,
get
then
it.
spend your money, at least, I hate to have you go through the rigmarole
Yeah.
and then find out that, you know what?
Are you
This
comfortable?
isn't what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Or it could be a total rousing success, in which case, come on in and we'll
Okay, yeah, I can go with that.
Okay. You don't mean to make it difficult.
Oh, I
but we
know.
do have
I
responsibilities.
know, I've
It's
just
hard.
it's taken me a year to get this far.
No. So why don't you start it? I'll write a planning board note to the select board and explain to them, they may even be watching for all I know. And just ask, say that we feel it would be appropriate for them to administer the permit from their office, and you're gonna try it for, what, do you want 2 days a week, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you, depending upon like what people going, it would be like sometime Monday through Friday, it could be whatever days you decide to advertise.
They'd probably be on the weekend, Fridays and Saturdays,
Okay, Friday and Saturday.
Friday, Saturday makes sense.
or Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, both of those days.
Okay, well, I mean,
I think
that's
it's a
up to
good way
you.
to start, and
Yeah.
then you'll
your
know
feet
whether
wet.
you got a home run over there, or you know, not quite enough to keep me afloat.
Yep,
And then at that point,
Take it
okay.
from there, okay?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you a lot, we appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no problem.
And thanks for keeping us appraised of what's going on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will work on getting that other,
the other side of the road.
yes.
Okay.
Joyce, I don't know what this woman's name is or anything.
Helen Lescott, Helen, Lescott.
LINS.
L-I-N-S.
Oh, it's-
COTT.
LINSCOTT.
Did you sign in over there?
Oh, no, I didn't.
That way
That
we make
S is
sure we
in
get it right.
Sam.
Okay,
L-I-N-S-C-O-T-T.
yes.
And your home address, Helen?
14 Hemlock Lane.
14 Hemlock Lane.
What do you plan on having for food?
Breakfast sandwiches, burritos, coffee, hot dogs, burgers, subs,
Wow,
chips, soda,
good for you.
just grab and go stuff.
Okay, and if you could sign our sign-in sheet wherever.
It's right on that
Behind on the
table over
table.
there.
All right.
You can do pizza, huh? The price of pizza, you're gonna do pretty well.
I know. It's only big enough for me to fit in, so. Am I all set?
Yes,
All right.
thank you very much for coming in.
Sign the paperwork on the table there if you've not done it.
I have.
Thank you.
I have one more off agenda, and then we will vote on
Yes.
the Seymour thing.
I've got people up here.
Item number 5 on
Oh.
the agenda.
Right.
I've been here waiting.
Okay, Ann, right, okay,
Yes.
we'll do you next. Okay.
Sorry, I
No,
just-
No,
We've been
absolutely.
up since 3 in the morning and worked a 12-hour day,
Oh my
so-
God, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is to vote, this is not a public participation. I'm glad you're here, that if we can ask you some questions, if we need to. And I will go over, where am I? Here I did. You had submitted your application some time ago. You gave us an extension. Yep. We did a site walk, and so now the process is that we vote on a conditional use permit, which is on page, why don't I ever remember? 64. So it's just, there are some concerns, but I think they have been all, we'll see. 64.
I think it's 54. It's in that neighborhood.
Yeah, 64.
64.
No,
55 I am.
let me find out where it is before we start talking.
55.
55. Yes. 55. Excuse me, but I do have to see if there's some bottled water in here. I am just dying. Water in here.
Did you have a chance to read that one? Yeah, you know, give John
What's it?
that email right there.
Well, it's being kind.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Uh,
I know what it says. Oh, Bob's reading the email.
It was just sent to Craig and myself, but I'm going to read it out loud, so. And by the way, the town manager has signed the Southern Maine Regional Planning Council contract for the updating, oh gosh, thank you so much, for the updating of the ordinance that we agreed to. As they said,
You're tough, Joyce, you can open those bottles.
Sorry.
I'll earn my $20.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we go down through from A through L. And then we have other concerns that need to be addressed. Oh, they'll be addressed within this. So we're starting with 6G, standards applicable to conditional uses, and we'll start with A. The use will conserve shore cover and visual as well as actual access to water bodies, not applicable. Traffic access to the site meets the standards contained in this ordinance, and traffic congestion has been addressed in accordance with performance standards in this ordinance, not applicable. C, the site design is in conformance with all municipal flood hazard protection regulations, not applicable. Adequate provision for the disposal of all wastewater and solid waste has been made, and this is where we get to your manure container. It is my understanding that this container is going to be watertight. That we have discussed at the site walk about having a cement pad under it. Is it going to be one that is removed and an empty one replacing it, that type of thing, or is it gonna be empty?
I don't believe so. I think it's going to be taken, dumped, and then brought back.
Oh, okay, so that will be a clean receptacle.
I've gotten a few different quotes, as I mentioned, with the site walk, but I've been hesitant to obviously lock in any sort of
I
contract
understand
without
that
having
completely.
approval.
Sure, I understand. I think my thought is that as long as whatever container comes back is clean, because odor will be a concern for the people going to church and other people in the neighborhood. So if it were washed out or whatever.
We can certainly arrange that, I'm sure.
Okay. It doesn't necessarily have to be. And how many times a month will it be?
I'll be honest, I don't know, because we haven't chosen a particular waste receptacle yet. I've gotten a few different quotes. My goal is to hopefully have it dumped every 2 weeks, shall we say, to throw a number out there.
Okay. Because we need to put these concerns into the notice of decision.
Yes, I think what I would say my ideal timeline would be every 2 weeks at the maximum.
Okay. Is the rest of the board comfortable with that?
Yeah.
Okay. And the cement pad, okay, and solid waste. Are there any more board comments about the manure container? The ordinance, I reread it today just to reconfirm in my mind. The ordinance said that uncovered manure has to be 300 feet. That means, to me, growing up in farm country, that means a pile of manure that's sitting outside. This is a covered manure container. So in my opinion, the 300 feet is, if we can do it, fine, but the board can use some discretion because it is a covered container. But then when I thought it through further, in my mind, once again, I'm just telling you all how I think, there isn't really any other place on the property that it could be put that would have access. I mean, even if we were to say, well, because it's covered, you can put it behind the barn, how is the person going to get to it to change it? They can't.
In the right place.
Yeah, if you say put it on the other side of the house, you can't do that because the driveway doesn't go all around there, and there's a slope, a fairly steep slope. If we were to say put it in the barn, I would be concerned it would be a health issue for the animals. And stinky.
Yeah, no,
So,
I understand the thought process for sure.
so from my point of view, it has to be where she showed us. Yes, great.
The concern, I think, was that it not be an eyesore for people that are, going to church, going past, to their homes, whatever.
What would be an eyesore?
A dumpster.
Is that what it's like?
It's gonna be a trailer.
Well, that's what
more
we're
than-
trying to wrap our heads around, so.
Be a trailer more than anything from what.
Yeah, it's likely going to be a dump trailer with a cover.
Yeah.
Like just a tarp over it?
No, that would not be
Adequate
acceptable.
cover, that would not be adequate
Would be a-
coverage. And if need be, we'll build a bunker. That's,
What I should read, this is a letter an email that Craig and I received today from Mr. and Mrs. Lord, who live up the road from you. It says, thank you for your time today regarding the outcome of the site visit for conditional use permit for 6 Moody Road. My understanding is this issue is not open for questions or comments at tonight's planning board meeting, but that I may submit any concerns for the board to consider at tonight's vote. That's what I told her. We don't hold, and I've asked you up here because I thought we might have questions for you. The new proposed placement of the manure trailer appears to be in front corner of the barn on the west edge within a few inches of our property line. This raises a few concerns. My understanding is a cement pad will be poured for the dumpster to sit on. Because this is so close to our property, we want to make sure the stone wall on the west edge of the barn, which is our property boundary, is not touched, damaged, or disturbed if this placement is indeed approved. The back west corner of the barn sits on our property. There is no access on the west side of the barnyard area of the proposed paddock to the front of the barn without crossing over our property. We want to make sure the manure will not be transported over our property when moved from the paddock area out to the dumpster trailer out front and will either go through the barn or around the other side of the house. A permanent dumpster in front of a house is unsightly and does not feel like a positive addition to our neighborhood. Is there some way this can be mitigated with a fence or some other type of screening? Apparently, the dumpster will have a permanent cover and be emptied regularly to minimize odor. How will this be monitored and what recourse is in place if odor becomes an issue? The proposed paddock area out back also runs along our property line, and we want to make sure any fencing erected does not damage or disturb the stone wall which marks the boundary. Thank you for your consideration. Sincerely, Sue and Peter Lord, 24 Moody Road. I think what we're talking about now is the dumpster, for lack of a better word, the bin.
Yeah, the manure container.
Right. And I think we have determined that that is the only really applicable place for
Yes,
it.
unless we make serious changes to the property, yeah.
I don't, I mean, you'd have to put a road in.
Another
around
driveway,
the back
yeah.
or something, which is not.
The corner of your barn is on their property, the back corner?
Yeah, the way that it cuts goes right to our corner pretty much of the barn.
The roof overhangs slightly onto their property. That was visible on the survey.
If they had had zoning back then, that place never would have been built where it is.
Exactly, yeah.
So they're grandfathered.
It's literally just the corner of the roof that's over the line.
We're talking the back corner as you're looking at the street, from the street.
No.
No, the front.
It's the front corner.
Oh, sorry.
If you're looking at the barn straight ahead,
Yeah.
barn, house, it's this corner.
Okay.
It's
That
it's
is
the corner
just
that's
the
front.
corner of
I thought the rock wall was the line.
The rock wall
Yes,
is.
but the corner of the roof sticks out a tiny bit over the stone.
So how much do you have from the building, the actual ground to the rock wall? How many feet you have from there?
Maybe a foot.
Yeah, if that,
All the way? Is that-
No, just that front corner.
just that front corner.
It turns just a little bit.
But
State law says you can't touch a stone wall anyway.
Yeah,
no, we have no intention to. That was never on the table. I'm glad it was brought up, but that was never going to be.
I remember on the sidewalk, where you're talking about, what I don't remember is how much room between the corner of the barn and the door do you have to play with to place this thing?
there's a good,
I would say like 6 to 8 feet.
yeah, that's what I was
And I
gonna
don't
say.
need the whole door to get my horses in and out. They're pretty small.
Well, but, I mean, it would be less easily viewed if it were beside the barn, up near those bushes and trees, if it was close, it would be the
I don't think
view.
you can get it in there.
I don't think we could get it.
Well, I don't mean getting it in there, but as close to that as you can get.
Yes, as in
you
tucked
were
as
cutting
close to the
some of the
property
back.
line.
And if it
Yeah.
were to come down to it, we could also put up like a small fencing that does have a coverage. Like I know that I've seen like fencing that
Privacy
has the
fencing.
privacy with the green in between, so you wouldn't be able to see that. We could open up so we can remove that.
Yeah, what I would like to see, my personal opinion.
If it came to
pad
it.
So that the thing is level.
Yes,
'Cause
which
you don't
totally
want
makes sense. You don't want
leaching
things leaking
more-
down.
Okay, so
Totally
it's
makes
level,
sense.
and then a screening fence with a gate on it. Your guy shows
Perfect.
up, you open up the gate, you hook up
Yep.
the trailer and pull it out.
That sounds ideal to us. Absolutely.
All right, and I think
I
that,
have a
I think that
question.
would make-
Why does she have to screen this thing in? I can own a trailer and park it anywhere I want on my property.
we
I don't disagree with that at all either.
Church, And she's
Across from
next
the
to
church,
to
we
a
don't want
neighbor
to smell them.
who's got some concern. So why do we even want to antagonize a neighbor that's been there forever? Or
That's
a
not
church?
how we're discussing. We're discussing whether we have to make her do it or not.
We don't have to make it.
You don't have to make
I
her
mean,
do it, I
if-
just think it's the
So
right thing to do.
if I wanna go buy a trailer and park it in my yard, I gotta go ask my neighbor?
Well, if it smells like a hospital,
You can do whatever you want.
Well, the smell is a different story. I'm
If
talking
you
about.
can-
Smell for what it is with
Yeah.
horses is very minimal compared to other animals. It doesn't
Like
stick
cows.
around.
Yeah, it'll
It's not like
smell
cows,
anyway.
it's not like pigs.
I think it's
You
an
don't really
issue of being a
smell
good
it.
neighbor.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
and
I.
if they're
It's a
willing
cheap-
to do
It's
it.
a cheap way to be a good
Yeah.
neighbor, and, you know.
No, and I don't disagree at all with you, and
Yeah.
the Lords have been nothing but kind to us since arriving here, and I don't want to ruin that relationship with them.
I would think a
That's
fence.
certainly not on the agenda.
So,
I would think some sort of a fence in front of that barn would be more eye irritating than that trailer,
well, I don't know.
especially if
about
it's
that.
put in
That's
there
my
level.
opinion, I
Yeah.
stand with
Yeah,
the
I
fence.
think that what the Lords mentioned in the letter was that gate as a, just to have a swinging, not whether it's swinging or latched,
Yeah,
whatever.
except
To
in
open
theory,
it up
a
and
gate to block
cover
the,
up, and it would be
yes,
less obtrusive, so.
absolutely.
All right, so that was D. Anybody else have any other questions concerning that? I think that was the major issue, well, there's one more.
Yeah.
But, adequate provision for the transportation, this is E that we're doing now, Donna, E. Adequate provision for the transportation, storage, and disposal of any hazardous materials has been made not applicable. A stormwater drainage system meeting state standards shall be installed, that's F, not applicable. G, adequate provisions to control soil erosion and sedimentation have been made, not applicable. H, there is adequate water supply to meet the demands of the proposed use and for fire protection purposes, yes, there is. I, the provisions for buffer strips and on-site landscaping provides adequate protection to neighboring properties, including public areas, from detrimental features of the development such as noise, glare, fumes, dust, odor, adverse visual impact, and the like. And that is what we were just discussing.
Yep,
Yeah.
So that answers I,
that totally makes sense.
and it answers G.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for clarifying.
I'm not quite sure what that fills in, but we'll get to that anyway. J, all performance standards in this ordinance applicable to the proposed use will be met, yes. K, the use will not result in unsafe and unhealthful conditions, correct, it will not. I think this might be where we can address at the bottom of the hill, going down the slope where you had it fenced off. And there was I will call it is it a trill that's a little booklet, a
Brooklet?
brooklet is a trill, is it not? Well, anyway.
I'm not sure.
There is a brook that goes by the house that's behind you. And then there seems to be, as I recall what it looked like, a little, maybe it's an overflow area that comes down.
Yes,
And it probably eventually goes into the brook.
yep,
What Craig suggested, because the concern is that manure does not get into the brook,
yes.
obviously. Craig, could you please explain what you said to us?
So it'd be a silt fence and 2 rows of the erosion control mix. That'll wait,
I thought we said the salt fence wouldn't be necessary.
well, then
No,
two
no.
rows of the erosion control, something so if it went through one barrier, it'd have that second barrier to keep it there, like 3 feet wide, couple feet tall, 2 rows of that. And eventually that will, couple years, that'll dissipate into the
Then
ground.
you just have to
and
fill it back up again. You'd have to keep it, in a couple of years, you might have to bring in some more. But we do need to be responsible for seeing that that brook is not polluted. And I know that you're going to, the other question I had was, how often are you planning on every day picking up the
Yes.
horses?
what you
Yep,
said,
I've definitely said it
Yeah.
a few times now that is good husbandry with horses. If you are not picking up manure daily, it's a risk for parasites. It's a risk for their feet getting canker, which is a horrible disease. There's just so many reasons why it's good husbandry to pick up the manure daily. And I work for an equine vet, so I'm very, very focused on that.
So we will put that in just
Yes, I
as the
appreciate
public
that.
will be aware of
The
it.
horses come and go as they want.
How so?
Go in and out as they want.
Into
No.
the barn?
In the
No.
barn?
That's not the way we're designing our setup. Where my horses currently live, they have an in and out situation where they can walk in and out of their sheds throughout the day. With the setup of the property, that's not going to be possible. They're going to be stalled for 12 hours and out for 12 hours.
Okay.
There'll be 2 separate paddocks, because the gelding is a little spicy and he bosses around my girl, so he's gonna be in his own separate area and she'll be in her separate area, yeah.
So all the waste isn't gonna be outside anyway?
No, a lot of it will be in the stalls, which will get cleaned daily as well, because again, good husbandry keeps down ammonia, it keeps down odor.
Okay, so do you understand what Craig just said before I open it up to?
I didn't hear it all.
Okay, can you,
So 2 rows of an erosion control mix, that's probably like 3 feet wide at the bottom and 2 feet tall. There's 2 rows of that, so if it rains really hard or anything, the water does, you know, if it penetrates through one, it won't penetrate through the second layer
No,
of
and that
the
makes
erosion.
sense, absolutely.
And then, you know, the brook's another 100 feet away, so there should be,
No, and
it
so
should be
you're back
filtered
at
out by
100
the
feet
time it
anyway.
gets that way.
And we
Yes,
get some
and we did-
documentation of what we'd actually need to do, because I'm not gonna remember it all right
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the top of my head right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we
You know,
definitely need.
Okay, awesome, because we can
clear
absolutely get that taken
expectations.
care of if I have it written down in front of me.
Yeah, then it'll just be on that one line that.
This is a commercial stuff that's produced by like Shaw Brothers or these places. It's a very heavy type
Okay.
work and everything.
Yeah, it's like chipped.
I think it'll
logs.
last
always call
longer than,
Craig and ask him?
I think it'll
That would be
last
great.
quite longer than 2 years, but.
Yeah.
No,
And
we,
depending on how much it does flood or move around, I'm sure it could last a while if it's
Around,
not
that stuff
much.
is pretty heavy.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard to work with, I can tell you.
you need a tractor.
Oh,
we have one.
Come dump it.
I
dump
do,
truck
I
load
wanna
and
talk
then you
about
just
the
move it around.
paddock fence,
The what?
the paddock fencing.
Yep,
When we were there, you just had like, it was taped off.
yes, because I'm not gonna spend money on a
We
fence I'm not
need
approved to
to-
have.
Right.
Talk about what we're gonna put in there for a permanent, fencing
Sure.
situation.
Yep,
how high,
I
how
think
wide.
when this was discussed, you were not a part of the board yet, or you weren't there. I brought this up in one of the first meetings that I came to, that my plan is to do wooden posts, pressure-treated posts. It's going to be a 4-foot woven wire fence with 1 strip of electric tape on the top.
Can you say that again, a 4-foot?
4-foot woven wire with pressure-treated wood posts, 1 strip of electric tape on top.
We also talked about that day, shifting your setup a little bit. We talked about, getting it away from the areas that tend to get soupy when it's really.
Yeah,
Yeah, at the bottom, at the very bottom?
yes, my mom had brought that up. And we were told that we would need to reapproach with an entirely different plan. So I would just prefer to leave the paddock as is. We're planning to put down gravel and stone dust,
Yeah. I
which
thought
will
you said that,
eliminate the
yeah.
wet.
Okay.
And also keep things from hopefully running off quite as much.
Okay.
Because again, the goal actively is to prevent any damage to the environment or other properties around us.
So also, as far as removing the manure to get it out to the bin, I'm gonna call it a bin, so you know.
That's,
what
I
I'm
think that's a perfect name for it right now.
You would have a door on the side of the, put in a door to go, or just open the front door and put it in. How would you transport the manure from the back open area to the bin in the front of the
I'll
barn?
likely have a little rascler or a 4-wheeler that I drive up and into the barn and out the front door and dump.
Oh, okay.
So in the back door, out
Yeah.
the front door?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
We're planning to expand the back door. It was
I
originally
knew you
another,
said that,
yes, ma'am.
yes.
It was originally another sliding door, and it's still framed that way on the inside.
Okay.
So our plan is to reopen that doorway that's already framed, so we're not ruining the structural integrity of the barn. And then put in another slider. Horses need a lot of air, so the plan is to have the sliders open most of the time.
Okay. We have just one more to do here.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, thank you.
L, the use will not have an adverse impact on natural beauty, historic sites, or rare and irreplaceable natural areas. Correct, it will not, and I do not consider bamboo rare and
Oh, God,
beauteous
it's,
plant.
It's awful. That stuff is
nightmare.
brutal.
He's been going at it.
I'm at battle with it at this point.
Only fixes.
I'm putting all my effort into.
So are there any other things that I've missed to go into the
You've got it
notice?
pretty
of decision?
thoroughly now.
We've hit
Yeah.
all the.
Thank you. And I very much appreciate the board's patience and time with this,
Well, we
I know it's been an
appreciate you.
ongoing saga.
I know. You, and we appreciate your welcome to the neighborhood, to the town, and hope we see you.
No, we're very excited. We definitely want to be involved. So this is Chris, by the way, my husband, Christopher.
Nice to
Bennett.
meet you.
Everybody,
He
thank you
was-
for helping the steps,
Yes.
through the steps of this. I know
It's been a
it's,
pleasure.
He was working in Washington State when I bought the house.
If everybody was pleasant to deal with, we'd be happy.
Oh, we try, and I hope it doesn't sound like I'm trying to be like when I'm so passionate about this. It's what I do for work. That's what I've done my whole life.
It comes
Is
across
have
that you feel
horses,
very
and I care immensely about them, and I also don't want to affect anyone else negatively.
Okay, is there any other concerns that should be addressed?
Is there a timeline on having that stuff done, or?
We don't usually put timelines on. I asked that of the attorney a year ago, and he said that it was a bad idea.
We'd be happy to touch base with the board, stay in touch, and let you guys know where we're at.
Well, I don't think that it's the code enforcement officer that is,
Okay,
you know,
so-
if you, like maybe when you definitely when you put that barrier. at the
Yes, the
bottom,
erosion barrier.
Craig should
Yep.
inspect that. When you fill in that little wet area.
Yes.
Craig should inspect that. He probably will want to come and see where you put the bin.
I think that's a great idea,
And,
and we're happy to work with Craig
There's a
on that.
permit for that anyway, so.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yes.
In lieu of a timeline, which I understand we really can't do, what we can do and probably should do is you just need to have all this done before you bring your pony.
Absolutely, and that's definitely our goal as well. We were discussing it on the way over, we're like, it's gonna be 2 to 3 months of work.
Yep.
Just for the bare minimum to get the property ready.
along with
and-
all the rest of the house that we're working
Yeah.
on currently.
Frank comes over, he looks, he says, fine.
Exactly.
Bring him in, yeah.
Yep, and like I said, we want to work with you, we want to keep the communication open, and if there's things that we can be doing differently, we're happy to work on it. But it is definitely gonna be a process, we're still finishing parts of the house. So we're nowhere near ready to have horses there tomorrow, they're not just gonna show up one day, we definitely
You had
wanna make
said
sure
that.
that we do it right.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I don't really understand what you just said about no time limits on a cut permit. I understand the permit is good forever,
Yeah.
but there are time limits if you want to use the property.
Well, like Bob said, before you bring the horses.
bring the horses until it's done.
The time condition would be, like there's a statement at the end of the notice of decision that says all these conditions shall be met.
Must be met before the
before
animals
blah, blah,
come.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, which totally, like I said, we're happy to do it, we're happy to work with whatever we need to do, we're happy to do it.
And you wanna get them there as soon as possible, obviously, so you're not
Yes, and
gonna like wait
we'd
forever to
really
do
like
it.
to get them there, but I think I've mentioned before, I'm very lucky, my mother has my horses at her home right now. So they're not in a bad situation, I've not got someone going, when are you gonna move them out? Like they live very happily right now.
Just not
So
with
we can
you.
take the time
Exactly.
to do things correctly, and
feisty
that's the
gelding.
goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we need, is there a vote to approve the application of Mr. and Mrs. Seymour
Just tipped
to
over.
have 2 horses on their property with all the conditions that we stated?
Make a motion.
Darrell made a motion, who's the second?
I'll second.
Grace seconded, all in favor? Those opposed, conditional, okay, you're all set to go.
Thank you guys so very
Thank
much
you
for your
so
time,
much.
I really appreciate it, it's sincerely.
And I will write a notice of decision, which you'll have within 10 days. By the way, I did email you the Frizzell one today.
Yes.
My computer was, I am
Did
not,
you mail it out today too?
I don't mail it, Donna does.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You've been great to work with.
Oh, thank you.
Go home and sleep tight.
Oh,
Okay, wait, we
You
have
don't
one
have
more
to do it
thing.
tomorrow.
We have. And that is that Tammy sent an email, Tammy
Ramsdell?
Ramsdell.
Okay.
select
Tammy
person.
Ramsdale, okay.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. She sent an email to Craig and I, last Thursday. It says, "A resident came in tonight asking questions about trailers on South Road. That has brought up questions concerning the number of houses there and wondering if I could get some information. A copy of each permit for the trailers on the road, a copy of any planning board meeting minutes pertaining to each trailer." That might have been, some of that might have been done before good records were kept. "Has there been any requirements for fire suppression on South Road regarding the number of homes? If more trailers are brought in, will there be any requirements for going forward? Thank you for your help with this request." So today, I drove down South Road again. I personally, other than seeing an absolutely disgusting mess at the bottom of the very end of South Road and a mess on the left-hand side going up, I won't number the road, but if you've been down it, you'll know what I mean. I didn't see any issue with trailers. Kevin Martell had, how many years back, he had a subdivision up Nicole Way. I drove up Nicole Way. Looks fine.
It wasn't a subdivision. You didn't do any subdivision on that.
He didn't go through the subdivision, it was a
Through the
family subdivision.
subdivision.
Was it one of those 5-year things?
It's one of those family things. he's doing.
Family things. I was thinking, I couldn't remember.
Everything in there is just family.
It was.
Well, so, but what we need to get at, I understand that there are neighborhood
Politics.
What
politics
expires after 5.
and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he can do another lot, yeah.
But I didn't see anything that was obvious to me that was an issue. Does anyone else have it? We can,
What was the issue?
I don't know who it was that came in, she didn't say, but
She didn't say what her name was?
it might have been a he,
Or he?
I'm not sure.
So why even bother with it if he doesn't want to say who he is? And
Well, he said it, he was in at the select board meeting. Tammy did not tell me, so I don't know who it is, but Tammy knows who it is. This person came to a select board meeting and made these concerns known. And I'm sure that it's a neighborhood, whatever you want to call it. But there were questions asked and answers have to be given. So for as far as I'm concerned, the answer to the question is that Craig would have the permit for the trailers on the road. Donna will look up and see if there's anything as far as planning board meetings that pertain to, and it wouldn't be each trailer, because we do not get involved in permits for individual trailers. We get involved in conditional use permits for a business or whatever, but not for every building that goes up in town. So that is not, I will do.
Would that be up to the person to come in and see Donna or something like that?
Now, he should not see Donna. I do not want to put Donna in that position at all.
I'm just wondering if we're not, we got somebody who come in anonymously, who wants all this information.
No, we have a person came to the select board, an in-person person walked into the selectmen's meeting and said this. They know who that person is. I don't, because she didn't say it in here. He hasn't come
So why is
before.
it a secret?
I don't think it's a secret. I don't know why she didn't tell me. If you want to know, call her up and ask her. I don't know how else to.
I think I will. I think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I think I will call her up and ask her.
But
I can't believe you did. I've known you for a long time. I can't believe you didn't.
did Crest.
Didn't we deal with some?
Yes,
kind of
we did. We dealt with Kevin Martell and the trailers and the whole giving so many to a family, and I'm sure that's what the issue is.
Right.
And Craig can explain that, what the state law, that is state law that applies. So, and like I said, has any requirements for fire suppression on South Road regarding the number of homes? Well, that wouldn't be any different than going down Boothby Road and saying, what's the fire suppression there for every house on Boothby Road? I mean, you know.
No, they weren't put in all at the same time, they put in one at a time, so.
Period of 10 years of
Yeah,
that.
so,
And that's, I think, the answer there, because they were put in one at a time, there was no need.
well, because there was no subdivision.
It's not
That's the only
Right.
way we can
There's
control
nothing
it.
we can
Exactly.
say about it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything on the South Road that looks good. Huh?
Well, there's a couple.
We're worried about her with her trailer, and the South Road is a mess. I don't care what anybody says. Total mess, because it was done without any supervision at all.
Well, that's things that we can control and things that we can't, unfortunately. Okay, the last question is, if more trailers are brought in, will there be any requirements going forward? Not if they're individual homes.
Right, if they come in one at a time,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
the same as if you put in a house.
Okay.
Well,
And some of those lots down there can add an ADU to what they already have.
That's right.
So
Under the new
there
state
could be
law,
even
once
more
it's,
people down
Right.
there.
once it's adopted,
really,
yeah.
Well, no, right now, any
What's the
lot,
density got?
any lot can have an ADU put on it right now. An ADU, if you wanna put another
For 10 years, they've been
home, you need twice the amount of acreage in that zone, and plus meet the setbacks right now.
Well, you don't need my understanding of the new law, we're waiting until 2027.
That's a different one, though. That's a different law than the other one that had already passed. Last year, we changed the ordinance. Now we're changing it again because of the new law that's coming out.
Well, it's already in effect, they're just giving the town,
They're giving the towns until,
that would allow another house.
Right.
until
It's
2020.
already in effect.
Oh, no, that'll supersede what we already did the year
Right.
before.
All righty, any more business? I don't believe. No? Is there a motion to adjourn?
That's
Bob
mine.
made a motion, Grace seconded.
Bob,
Bob
first.
made, Grace seconded. All in those favor of
Yep.
adjourning? Okay.